He is a person one will never hope to meet as a patient because he is a leading. But if you want to have a heart surgery, you cannot find a safer pair of hands than him. He is a top cardiothoracic surgeon in India, and I have met a couple of his patients who said he is not like a normal doctor. He is reputed very humane and compassionate, not like normal doctors. In fact, I believe he calls his patients and he gives his telephone number to them anytime they can call them. Several of his patients, a couple of friends told me that about him, and I could make out from when I called him, I didn't know him at all. When I called him, I could make out that he is a very humble person because he told me, will I fit in this august crowd? He is a Padmasri and he is telling me life. So I felt the higher you go, the simpler you become and more humble you become. Thank you, sir, for coming here. Next is brothers Mohammed Matthew and Philip Matthew. No introduction needed. It's rare for me and for many of us, my brothers and sisters. They are a rare combination of brothers and friends. I don't know. They are a rare combination of brothers and friends to us. You may wonder why two brothers for the same function. I felt that they will have two different experiences of patient. So I insisted both will come and they really oblige us by coming. Both of them have outstation programs. One has postponed district, other has cancelled district just for the meeting. I'm really thankful to you both. I want to remember some of the departed in Apachan's life. Some close friends and relatives of Apachan. K. Cherian, Velichayan. We are missing him today. Ayyappan Pillai, Anthrampayar, PBR, and many others. Of course, many others. So I'm sure that they will be watching this from somewhere. Apachan is so close to these people. Finally, all our friends, Apachan's friends, children, elsewhere colleagues in the family business, Kottayam Wholesale Cooperative Society, District Congress Committee, KPCC, and British friends. Your presence here shows your love and regard for Apachan, for which we are truly thankful and grateful to you. And I welcome all the family members who come from different areas and places to attend this function. Welcome you all. Thank you.
As a granddaughter, one has a very different view of their grandparents. It was only 16 years ago when I came to live in Kottayam that I really got to know the role that Apachan played in Kottayam. And I would like to call upon the person who taught me about my grandfather and his role in history. Appa, also known as Mohammed Matthew, Chief Editor, Malayalam Manorama. I don't think I should introduce you, so I'm just going to ask you to come and say the introductory words.
ഒട്ടും തോന്നിക്കാത്ത ആദരണീയനായ സുപ്രീം കോടതി ജസ്റ്റിസ് കുഞ്ഞുമോൻ ചായൻ, എൻ്റെ സമപ്രായക്കാരനും ഉറ്റ സുഹൃത്തുമായ സിറിയക് സാർ, കേരളത്തിൻ്റെ മുൻ മുഖ്യമന്ത്രി പ്രിയങ്കരനായ ഉമ്മൻചാണ്ടി സാർ, ഞങ്ങളുടെ കുടുംബനാഥനായ ഡോക്ടർ ബി ബാബു പോൾ, വാസവൻജി തിരുവഞ്ചൂർ സാർ, പത്മശ്രീ ഡോക്ടർ ജോസ് ചാക്കോ പെരിയപുറം, എൻ്റെ സഹപ്രവർത്തക അഞ്ജലി മത്തായി, തമ്പി, ബാലു, സന്ദീപ്, വൈദിക ശ്രേഷ്ഠരെ, കുട്ടിച്ചായൻ്റെ കുടുംബാംഗങ്ങളെ, കൊല്ലപ്പറമ്പിൽ കുടുംബാംഗങ്ങളെ, സഹോദരി സഹോദരന്മാരെ, ബാലുവിൻ്റെ സ്വാഗത പ്രശ്നം കോഴിക്കോട്ട് പറയുന്നത് എങ്ങനെയാണെന്നറിയോ? അസലായി, ഉഗ്രനായി. ബാലുവിന്റെ നല്ല വാക്കുകൾക്ക് നന്ദി. ഇനി ഞാൻ ബ്രോഡ് ഗേജിൽ നിന്ന് മീറ്റർ ഗേജിലോട്ട് ഞാൻ ഒരു ട്രാക്ക് മാറാൻ പോവാണ്. ഇൻ ദ ഇയർ 1917, 100 years ago, 3 kids were born. K.M. Matthew, in January, PC Cherian in February, and Ottaplakal Obi Elias in October. They were comrades in mischief, friends, and first cousins. PC Cherian got his name from his maternal grandfather, Cherian Mapla, and the name Kutti from his uncle, his mother's brother, C Chako, one of the founders of UC College, Alwa. C Chako was called Kutti at home. C Chako was a saint, philosopher. Kutti Apachan was so pious that he commanded respect from all, including his eldest brother, C Maman Mapla, my grandfather, and my godfather. Once somebody asked my grandfather, "Is there a God?" To which Vellipachan thought for some time and said, "Kutti says there is a God, so I know there is a God." Kutti Apachan and India's second Rashtrapati, Dr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, got the same marks for MA Philosophy at the Madras Christian College and topped the university. President Radhakrishnan and Kutti Apachan respected each other. This is the lineage of PC Cherian, our dearest Kuttichain, who would have turned 100 today. Needless to say, Padinjarekara business acumen was in Kuttichain's bloodstream right from the day he was born. The first time I saw Kuttichain was when my grandfather, C Maman Mapla, passed away at the stroke of midnight of December 31st, 1953, January 1st, 1954, in the lap of his only daughter, Umamachi, Mrs. Kurian Mathan, at the Manorama buildings where my grandparents lived. The K.M. Matthew family had come from Bombay for our Christmas vacations. My father those days worked in Bombay. I was 9 years old, and I saw a young towering personality crying beside my grandfather's body. I later learned it was Kuttichain who was crying and muttering words to the effect, "Now who will look after me? Who will encourage me, Velichain, now that you are gone? You are my uncle, political guru, and my mentor." My eldest uncle, K.M. Cherian, was seen pacifying his young cousin, saying, "Kutti, I am there for you from now onwards." K.M. Cherian and PC Cherian were later dubbed as the Cherian and Cherian Company by another cousin, the uncompromising idealist, freedom fighter K.E. Maman Bevanjain, who still to this day is a Praja Socialist Party member. In May 1954, we sailed from Bombay to Cochin for my father to take up his responsibility at Malayalam Manorama under K.M. Cherian, the new chief editor. We stayed at Ernyal, and the three musketeers, Kuttichain, Eliachain, and Achachan, regularly met. It was then that I understood that Kuttichain was a statesman, politician. Obi Eliachain, a humorist like E.V. Krishnapilla, and my father, a sponge or sponge, I don't know which is right, who soaked everything in with his equanimity. They laughed a lot, and the three were real changadis. I will not repeat the fruit salad story, as I have at length described many facets of Kuttichain's life, Kuttichain to Anjali, who has written the book King of Hearts on Kuttichain. Kuttichain on business made frequent trips to Bombay when I was a training reporter at the Times of India, Bombay in 1966-67. Kuttichain was brilliant to the core, and he used to finish his work very fast, as his comprehension power was of a very high order. He learned how to crack the Da Vinci Code early in life. Kuttichain stayed with another relation of ours, K.C. Mathullah or Gabby Papachain, while visiting Bombay. Papachain lived like a Natiraja. Foreign wife, foreign car, tall and handsome. Kuttichayan used to be chauffeur-driven in Papachayan's Plymouth car, and he used to wait outside the Times of India building office in Boribandar for me to finish my shift duty and go along with him to Hornby Road, now known as Dadabai Nauroji Road, to indulge in his passion for shopping of smuggled foreign goods from the Malabaris who lined up on either side of the pavement of Hornby Road. Kuttichayan used to buy knickknacks and presents for his army of children and for his beloved wife Kunyochwa. He never revealed to his family the exorbitant price that he paid for the goodies. I knew. We both smiled in mutual understanding. What touched me was that Kuttichayan adopted me as his son and bought one of everything for me also. For a struggling young reporter, these gifts were manna from heaven, which tied me more closely to Kuttichayan. This metallic diary I have kept for 51 years as a crown jewel is a gift from Kuttichayan, bought from the smugglers of Hornby Road, Bombay. I've still kept it. Every heirloom must pass from one generation to another generation. I now ask Balu to keep it for the rest of my life. This, for 51 years, I have kept it. Finally, to top it all, he would take me for dinner, fit for royalty at the Taj, Bombay, then drop me off at the Woodhouse Road YMCA. I could never ever dream of a luxury of this magnitude on a monthly salary of 400 rupees. You must appreciate that I had never before stepped into this iconic hotel till Kuttichayan took me there. He was so affectionate, so loving. He accepted me as what I am with my defects, coupled with my glaring impatience and my plus points. I could feel his warmth then and now. These acts of love was a forte of this great personality. The Indian National Congress split in 1969 and Kuttichayan was the leader of the Congress in India, not just Kerala, of the group which was known as the Organizational Congress. On January 7th, 1970, I was posted as the resident editor of Malayalam Manorama in Calicut. One day, Kuttichayan walks in to my little room in Calicut with political giants like T.O. Baba Sahib, the KPCC president, K.C. Abraham Master, K.C. Main Gutti Mehtar Sahib, and K. Gopalayatan, a veteran Congress leader of Malabar. Kuttichayan asked me if I had settled down in Calicut, and I said I'm enjoying myself thoroughly. Kuttichayan then wanted to see Thomas Jacob, our young news editor at Calicut, who at that time was the youngest news editor in our country. Thomas Jacob came in, and Kuttichayan, like a thunderbolt, offered Thomas Jacob the Puduppally Assembly seat ticket of the Congress Organizational Party. Thomas Jacob almost fell off his chair. He refused the ticket, saying that he's a full-time journalist, even though the perception was that Thomas Jacob was a sympathizer of the Congress faction led by Kuttichayan and T.O. Baba Sahib. When Thomas Jacob politely refused, Kuttichayan turned to me and said, Rajan, you be the candidate of our party from either Puduppally or Calicut 2 constituency. Then it was my turn to fall off the chair. I humbly refused, saying that I am totally non-political, which is a fact. The matter was forgotten, but that was an example of his affection. Kuttichayan used to visit the Padinjarekara owned estate in Chundel at Vaitri, which is in the present Wayanad district. he will always say to me that he will come for lunch at our home in Calicut. I now can say that not once did Kuttichayan keep the proper timing. Instead, he would be sitting with Nijlingappaji or K.C. Abraham Master in the tourist bungalow and having political discussion. Of course, he would finally come around 3 p.m. and give excuses that his car tire had a puncture. But he always did come, since Kunyachuma's grandniece is my wife, Prema. Kuttichayan always used to say to me, "You have married our girl. Please look after her well." Once when he had lunch at our home, he liked the prawn curry. And he asked Prema, "Did you prepare this dish?" Those days, Prema used to tell the truth. She said, "No, Ammachi sent it to me from Kottayam." Kuttichayan jokingly advised Prema to say in future, "Always say, this is my preparation. There is no harm in telling innocent lies." Prema is following that path and advice of Kuttichayan to this very moment. Unfortunately, she is not here today. Kuttichayan did not mind losing electoral battles as he did not have the killer instinct. But I saw with my own eyes the soft-hearted Kuttichayan wilting like a flower when his daughter Renu was diagnosed with a terminally ill ailment. He used to go to Bombay and stay at his relation K.C. Mathur Lapapchayan's house in Warden Road and cried. He cried and cried, and he prayed and prayed from Mahim Church to Padimalapalli. The great hemsman was going downhill. It was sad to see a great personality slide down. In the Maman Matthew family, I am the person who gets to know everything last. My son Jayan's conscience keeper is his mother, Prema, Mutual Admiration Society. One day, Prema told me that our son was seeing a young lady for some time at Pittsburgh, USA. That was when I realized that my child had not gone to Carnegie Mellon University, Pittsburgh to study. Prema one day told me who the young lady was. When I realized she was the granddaughter of Core Episcopa Paulo Sachin and Kuttichayan, I wrote to Jayan. Those days we used to write, no emails. "If your name is Jayan, never let this lady go. Hold on to her tight. She's God's gift to you. The rest is his history. Thank you, Anu." Kuttichayan, I am indebted to you for leaving your flesh and blood to be part of your Bombay Hornby Road nephew's family. Thank you.
Thank you, Appa, for those beautiful words and the lovely portrait of Appachan that you have painted for us. I think Baluchan has said all that is to be said about this next speaker of ours. He came into politics as a young boy when Appachan was DCC president and grew in stature and popularity over time to become the Chief Minister of Kerala. When he first stood for elections in 1967, after the national split in the Congress party, Appachan withdrew from the contest to facilitate Sri Ummanchandy's victory. Thereafter, he has never looked back and never lost an election. I would like to invite Sri Ummanchandy on stage for the inaugural address.
അധ്യക്ഷൻ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട ശ്രീ മാമൻ മാത്യു, ഇവിടെ അനുസ്മരണ പ്രസംഗം നടത്തുന്ന ഡോക്ടർ ഡി ബാബു ഭോം, ബുക്ക് പ്രകാശനം ചെയ്യുന്ന ബഹുമാനായ സുപ്രീം കോടതി മുൻ ജഡ്ജി ജസ്റ്റിസ് കെ ടി തോമസ്, former Vice Chancellor Dr. Sri Thomas, Sri Thiruvanchuri Radhakrishnan, Sri V.N. Vasavan, Sri Philip Matthew, Dr. Josh Chacko, Sri ശ്രീ സക്രിയ ജോസഫ്, മറ്റ് വിശിഷ്ട അതിഥികളെ, PC ചെറിയാൻ്റെ കുടുംബാംഗങ്ങളെ, ബഹുമാന്യരെ, സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, ശ്രീ PC ചെറിയാൻ്റെ ജന്മശതാബ്ദി ആഘോഷിക്കുന്നതിന് ഇങ്ങനെയൊരു കൂട്ടായ്മ